Hi, I'm Christina, founder of Sales Symphony, a sales training, coaching, and consultancy firm. I've been 25 years in business development, closing deals from thousands to $100 million, from SME to multinational companies across key industries. And today it's my pleasure to share with you how to be successful in a sales interview. So some key tips. Do you have the jitters when you go for a sales interview? How many of you enjoy sales interview? Because that's a place where you market nothing but yourself. So what are you going to do to make sure that you are the best salesperson for yourself in a sales interview? But before we go into the selling process, let's get the fundamental right. First, take care of your appearance. Make sure that you are dressed professionally. You might dress in the right suit, but you have poor color scheme, clashing colors, lots of polka dots. So those are the things that you might want to just get a little bit of tips from the personal grooming website to look into color coordination so that your appearance is professional and yet also pleasant to the eyes. Number two, you must make sure that you will be on time. And in my previous video, I did share some of the pitfalls. Not being on time casts a negative impression, because if an interview is important and you are not making it your priority to plan your time so that you can be there 10 minutes earlier to make sure you settle yourself down, that would be also taken that you may have a mess when you meet up with a customer in terms of managing your schedule. So be on time, make sufficient preparation to be there early to settle your thoughts, body and mind. Third advice is to bring your key documents. Make sure that you have it properly prepared in very professional folders. As to how many documents you need to bring, it is best to ask the interviewer beforehand. Certain times you're not required to bring any of the certification, but there are certain organizations who would ask you to bring a whole stack for verification regardless of whether you are even shortlisted. So don't make the assumption. Make sure that you make the necessary preparation before you go. Point 4, research. So research refers to finding out more about the company in terms of the products, in terms of the competitors, and also at certain times you may want to find out the culture of the company. So one of those good websites you could go to is Glassdoor, for example. Just have an idea so that during the interview process, you could maybe share your views. You could also display your understanding of what you know about their market space so that you could position yourself aptly into how you could contribute or how your past experience could be fit into the upcoming role that you are gunning for. And the last point is ask good questions. So it's not just asking random questions. It's good that you prepare the questions beforehand based on what you have read up in terms of research of the company, its products and services, or its people, its direction, its vision. Good questions may also be involving clarification of the roles. Good questions may also demonstrate your thought process. Are you thinking ahead? Are you being able to participate in discussion in terms of vision and mission based on what you understand? Sharing a bit of your opinion based on the questions that you ask. It is a very good demonstration because as salespeople, one of the key qualities is also asking relevant key questions to find out competitive landscape, customer preferences, etc. So good questioning technique demonstrated in an interview also display your enthusiasm, your keenness to know more about the job, and also it is a demonstration of your interest in the role and position. So next part, we come to the interview proper. So nothing beats being more prepared for the interview with some projected questions that will potentially be asked during the interview. So let's go for the regular, more standard ones like, for example, tell me more about yourself. It's a very big and broad question. Most of us get it. It's like maybe a warm-up. Just Just the interviewer wants to give you that breath to show how you could tackle such a broad question. Similar questions that customer will ask you, right? Tell me, what do you have? So don't run all over the place just because it is a broad question. You know exactly what is the agenda of the session, which is to sell yourself. So just zoom in. Don't need to talk about what is your favorite food, your exercise, or how well you do in school, but focus on what kind of qualities you have as a salesperson, what kind of track record that you have to be able to contribute. In fact, I have another upcoming video that will be expounding on this particular question. Tell me more about yourself. Chronologically state the kind of work that you have worked in and contributed, with what kind of results, what kind of expertise and skill sets you have garnered to be able to contribute into the role. You could also briefly show your keenness to understand the job and share your basic understanding of the role, the product and the services this company is offering, and how your expertise and experience could fit in. So the next question people may ask you is, tell me about your strengths and weaknesses. So of course, the strength, you will have to highlight what are the key strengths that are applicable in the sales industry. Key strengths could be resilience, resourcefulness, persistent, creative. You're able to think on the feet. You're able to overcome challenges. So these are some key strengths that salespeople should possess. Or even key strengths like being very good in building relationship, trust, and problem solving. Then of course, weaknesses. I think typically we know that your strength can be your weaknesses. Can your weaknesses be a strength? For example, you are a perfectionist. Of course, that could be a strength, but turning it around, it is a weakness because you overdo it, but at the same time, it's also a very subtle way of telling that that is also your strength. So turning weaknesses into strength is a very subtle way of how you tackle. For example, weakness is because you like to multitask, and certain times you may be taking on a bit more workload than you should. So of course, the other angle is that, okay, this person actually like to expand his responsibility. He takes on work that would enable him to grow, for example. Another common question would ask is that, how do you respond to challenges? So people know that people don't like to change, and challenges require you to take on a change of mindset, require you to do things differently, because challenges means something difficult. So this is also a good time to respond how you overcome challenges. So challenges can come in different forms, like challenges from the customer end, because the customer has got certain constraints in terms of maybe budget. Customers have constraints because their management has got certain processes. So how do you work together with your customer to overcome some of these challenges? And of course, challenges can also come from the internal. For example, management decision, management processes, legality. So what are some of these challenges that allow you to demonstrate your capability and your resourcefulness or creativity to work together with your internal team to overcome them? And of course, the third kind of challenges could be market challenges because of economic crisis. And this season, when I'm filming this video, we are actually in the midst of a COVID crisis, where there are mounting challenges that are within or that are outside of our control. And so then what you as a salesperson can do to help your organization to look at new ways of selling. So some possibility you could demonstrate is that I am creative, so I help my management team to think of augmenting some of the products. We scale down some of our services so that it could fit a tighter budget of our customers. Or you could be able to help to spring off new products or services ideas to take short and immediate wins during this time of crisis. When people ask, what do you know about us? So this is the best time for you to show how much research work you have done, and how you could further impress the interviewer is to share information that is beyond what is available on the website. Because we all know not everything is on the website, or at times not everything is updated. So of course you could do a high level opening like, okay, based on what I researched through your website, these are what I gathered about your company. I'm really impressed because you have this offering and you are the leader, or your key strengths and your market space that I know I can fit in based on my expertise and my past experience or my contact base. But of course you could do extended research work, such as talking to industry players, be it their customers, find out a little bit from your contact base, the competitive landscape, and of course, maybe in Glassdoor, if there are positive remarks about the company's culture, you can always say that, oh, I realize that your company has a very innovative culture. It is a very encompassing, inclusive culture. So these are some of the things that you can share what you know about the company beyond as well product and service offering. Question number 5. Concluding question, why should we hire you? Of course, this is a time when you market yourself. So what you would do is to summarize what you have shared in the earlier part, be succinct, and focus on the key qualities that you have as a salesperson. What is your personality in that you are able to overcome challenges, you are creative, you are resourceful, you are self-driven, self-motivated, and those are your personal qualities. And what is even more important are your track records that you have garnered over the X number of years, that you are able to contribute with a certain percentage growth year to year. And even better if you could summarize that, based on the testimonies that you have gathered from your customers, from your past management. These are the things that shows that you can continue this journey of contribution at wherever you are. And of course, the question is that if you are a fresh graduate, how are you going to position to be hired? So you can fall back on the extracurricular activities that you have done in school, if you have held leadership positions, or if you have joined in activities that demonstrate self-drivenness, positive spirit, people relationship skills, and your keenness to learn, creativity, and resourcefulness, or basically you are also a very good team player who is keen to contribute. So anyway, during the whole entire interview process, the interviewer will be able to assess your sales skills based on how well you market yourself, how professional you are, how much pre-work you have done, and also the personality that eludes from you, whether you are a positive person and you are enthusiastic, you have life, energy in what you do. And these are the key qualities that would get you an ace for an interview against all the competitive candidates who are gunning for the job. So let's review what we have covered earlier. So it's to make the preparation, whether it's your appearance, being on time, getting the right paperwork done, research about the company, and prepare a list of questions. And of course, during the interview process, to tackle the basic questions like tell me about yourself, tell me about key strength, how you overcome challenges, what do you know about us, and why we should hire you. And during the whole entire process, enjoy it, prepare well, and be professional. And that is the whole session that the interviewer will assess how well you market yourself. And if you could market nothing more important than yourself, I'm sure they'll put your trust to market whatever sales and services that they have to bring to the market. So I wish you all the best in your sales interview that are coming ahead. And if you have any comments or questions, just feel free to share with me in the comment box below.